Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Control. Last time we left off, I remember struggling with those jukebox challenges. I do recall that. Maybe we'll come back to that at some point. Oh, okay. Okay, that's all you had to say? Cool. Yeah, we want to get to the boardroom. There we go. Let's go chat with Emily. I think I need to level up a little bit, because I was thinking about after I recorded that episode, I'm like, those things were like getting up to level 8. I wonder if that means the mods go up to like 8, because currently we're at 4, and if that's the case, that makes sense why I was struggling. But maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Oh wait, no, we do have a 5. And like levitation efficiency, and yeah, I got levitation last time. Oh, it won't let me do it here. Weird. Timeline of events. Here we go. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in Hiss behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communications between Bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpointing the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help answer. How did the Hiss get past the internal lockdown? How did the Hiss resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world, a cross-dimensional destination? Refer to the full report. Okay. Hey, Emily. We gotta stop meeting like this. Oh my god, wait, there's so many new things. Speech analysis. Analysis of Hiss threat part 3. If we understand the Hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now the agreed upon term for their vocalizations, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every use of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the Hiss is referring to? Does the Hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-Hiss life, wants to join it? To be consumed by it? Is that its goal? Second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the Hiss stating how they arrived here? Or an indication of its age? There's clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. Interesting. The idea that they want us to join them and be part of their, like, hive mind makes sense. And also the idea that it goes through space and time makes sense as well. So, this must be 2. Linguistic ability, yeah. Researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the Hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating Hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent Hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the Hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We're able to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See the corresponding audio record. I do not see a record. I definitely do not see a record. Alright, I think we're just chatting, Emily. I think I've caught up on all your notes. Because you clearly add new ones.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late?
How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the Hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him.
My brother? Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, Be careful.
Interesting. I'm also realizing, Polaris being the name of the thing that we have in our head, I can't remember if Polaris is the actual name of the North Star or if it's the brightest star. Because there's a brightest star that has a name, and then there's Polaris, which could just be the actual name of the North Star, which would make sense since this entity has been guiding me this entire time. It's been my guiding star, as it were. So it would certainly make sense if that was the case. Keep with Dylan on the upper level. Where exactly in the upper level are you? Is it here?
Marshall orders us to just sit on our asses and then leaves? What's the deal?
She must have her reasons. She's probably out doing some recon.
Then she should have taken us with her. I need some action, goddammit.
Are you really so gung-ho to go out there and fight unknowable entities that could, like, cause your brain to turn into jelly just because they look at you? Like, I don't know. I don't know. What in the nine is going on here? Sticky note hell. Spin rate of fire boost. Honestly, that thing runs out of ammo so fast, I don't want a rate of fire boost. Sticky note complaint. To whom it may concern, in case you're not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I'll be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or phone. Honestly, good shit getting to work from home. You are the vice chief, though. Let all your other staff work from home, too. Honestly, how would you even work from home in something like this? Like, this is meant to be something that we keep hyper secret and classified. I feel like going to work from home in this particular instance, normally I am someone that is always like, hell yeah, work from home. But in this particular instance, I could see them having some issues with that. I could see them having issues with it in this particular instance, because, you know, once again, if any of this stuff got out, it would be crazy.
Did you see that hiss they marched through here? Why the fuck didn't we put a bullet in that thing's head?
I heard it's the director's brother. Would you shoot your brother?
That's no one's brother anymore. He's the enemy, plain and simple.
Wow, I don't know. I think we got a little bit of a trigger-happy gung-ho person over here. I don't like that. You need to cool it, friends.
Better emergency procedures. Designated muster points.
Yeah, muster points are important. Wait, is there a box out here? I've never... Nope, I have opened that. So it said on the upper level. Once again, we're exactly on the upper level because they just kind of, you know, give you a generic little point for this room. My brain is trying so hard to work, believe me. I don't have my meds. I might be getting them refilled today, but I haven't had my meds today, so my brain's trying its best. Yeah. Executive, central executive, just the upper level. So I kind of thought it would be like one of these rooms over here. But, is it this? Oh, okay, it's through the big door. I wish they would have just put the marker over here. Then I would have known, oh, okay.
You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been a near you. You want us to patrol. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
Ooh. You were saying some interesting things, talking about how you've always been there, that you ignore us. Like, there's a lot of interesting things there being said. You are definitely taken over by Hiss, Dylan.
You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can
but
you hear
yellow
me?
and red in the eye.
Oh, come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
Into the way. You've always been a near you. You want us to patrol.
Do you know who I am? Oh, you know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
Yeah.
Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to
stop
be
that?
true.
Please.
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you.
Yep.
Not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The air cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
Interesting. What an interesting interaction with you, huh? The idea that, like, yeah, you're angry at Polaris because Polaris didn't help you and Polaris was all you had, but then the hiss came and the hiss kind of tempted you into wanting other things. Of course, you were super experimented on by Trench and Darling, so they definitely pushed you to accepting this. And putting forth the idea that, like, the Bureau, not, you know, like, I don't trust the Bureau, quite frankly. I mean, shocking take, I know, but like, yeah, I don't really trust them either. To be quite frank, I really don't trust a lot of the things here. But I don't expect this game to have as simple a thing as, oh, the Hiss are actually the good ones, and it's the Bureau and everything that is evil. I don't expect it to be that simple. I'm sure there's negatives to all of them. But yeah, I don't really think the Bureau is squeaky clean. I admittedly don't super trust Polaris because due to many of the games that I've played, I am inherently very suspicious of any kind of character that is like kind of guides you but you don't really know much about, or you don't know about their past or anything. It could just be that they're just having you do what they want you to do, and then there's a big reveal at the end that actually they're bad. And I'm wondering if Polaris kind of also, I mean, it would make sense if Polaris also originates from where the Hiss came from, so it is interesting. There's a lot to think about here. Anything else?
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Okay.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary before all of this happened. But in the dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
The hell was that? Trying to mess with me?
That was interesting. Just Jesse be like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, yeah, unisex names, gender, you know, not really specifically gendered names. They can be either. Interesting. Seem to be insinuating that we're like two of the same people split up. You did say a copy of a copy earlier when you were kind of muttering to yourself. Is like, were we like once one person but split apart, or like one of us is a copy of the other one, or who knows? Let's keep chatting. Dylan's interesting.
Maybe Dylan's still in there. Maybe there's a way to reach him.
I'd like to talk to my brother, please. Dylan?
Dylan would like to tell you about a dream he had just now.
This again?
I was going to be the new director of this place. I helped you get a job here so that we could be together. You were an office assistant. You'd make coffee and deliver the mail, and there was always plenty of work to do. And it stayed that way, forever and ever. It was nice. Really nice.
That's debatable.
But here's the strange thing. The dream shifted, and none of it was real anymore. It was a game. We were in a game, and it was a fucking boring game. But you couldn't stop playing. And then it shifted again. Or maybe it was another dream already. Or maybe I'm just confusing them. But in this other dream, it was more like a musical. This is an ordinary song about an ordinary girl from an ordinary town. It's the ordinary story. She worked an ordinary job in an ordinary office. Something, 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 something. And that's all I can remember of that dream.
Maybe that's for the best.
God, the delivery on this is just doing a very, very good job of making Dylan just kind of incredibly creepy in a very otherworldly kind of way. But they're also once again seem to be insinuating the idea of there being like multiverses or other realities where different things happen, like one where we're at a musical, one where you're the leader and you got me a job here. Also, definitely a little bit of bitterness coming from you as well. You definitely seem to be jealous of Jesse being the one that got away and you had to come here and be experimented on, and the fact that Jesse apparently took too long to show up as well. Oh god, the hiccups.
Maybe I can learn more about the hiss from him.
He keeps having a prompt, so I keep being like, maybe I should just keep talking to you, because I don't want to miss dialogue.
I just had an interesting dream.
Shit.
That's fascinating, but let's talk about the hiss for a change, yeah?
This dream was about the hiss.
Best I'm gonna get.
In my dream, the hiss had broken free of this prison, this house. I'd set it free. And the president himself was there to welcome us. He was the first one to take the hiss in. Spread the word. At first, many people thought it was horrifying. That he was horrifying. But also, many people who heard his words wanted to welcome the hiss in. And slowly, more and more of them came around, until the whole world was brought together by the hiss. It was wonderful.
Okay, thanks for sharing that.
For the record, that will never happen. Not as long as
Interesting. I mean, yeah, there's definitely people that are going to be willing to just give up their need to think for themselves by just becoming part of a collective conscious and just letting it, you know, that handle everything. What else do you have?
Maybe I'm just here to punish myself.
Maybe.
Any new dreams you'd like to share, Dylan?
I'm glad you asked, sister. This dream, like all dreams now, felt very real. Like reality. And reality now feels like a dream. Maybe it's all a dream. Maybe it's all real.
Dream where my brother endlessly tells me about his dreams.
I was in a dark place, and there was a dark man there. His name was Mr. Door, and he told me that there are many worlds, side by side, on top of each other, some inside of others. In one world, there was a writer who about a cop.
Yeah?
In another world, the cop was real. Door said he himself was in all of them at the same time, endlessly shifting between them. I asked him how I could reach these worlds. I wanted to bring the hiss there. But he didn't want to help me. He didn't like the idea. What did he know?
I'm not wild about the idea myself.
Through time.
What in the hell? So that is interesting to me, because they were once again clearly referring to Alan Wake there with the writer that wrote a story about a cop. But then I'm thinking, in Alan Wake 2, I think you play as a cop. I think, like the little bits I've seen of it, I think you straight up just play as a cop in Alan Wake 2. So is Alan Wake 2, like this is potentially explaining some stuff about Alan Wake 2 for me, is like, is that the story that Alan Wake wrote? You were in that story in Alan Wake 2 experiencing it? Because we already know Alan Wake can make things and make them become real, but yeah, then like we also have the, once again, like the whole multiverse thing going on, which is interesting because the book series I have been on and off reading, but I'm still in the process of reading at times. It definitely deals with like multiverses and everything as well, just like these are all the different ways reality can go, and it can bend and twist at any time, and there'll be, you know, a version where you're slightly different here. Or a version where reality just doesn't work the same way.
Here we go again. Once more with feeling.
Let me guess. You want to tell me about your dream?
Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm having a dream right now.
Oh. That's new.
In this dream, I'm standing in the corner watching Jesse and Dylan.
Oh, that's creepy.
This very dream. This very dream. He said just now. And repeated it again now. I'm
And the camera's up there.
watching, and that's all I can do.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's as if I'm trapped there. And that's all I have to say about that dream.
Okay, Dylan. That's good.
Jeez.
Is he still in there? Or is this the Hiss playing mind games?
The idea, because the camera kept panning. Like, the camera does really interesting stuff in these scenes. Okay, I think that was it. I think that's it. The camera does very interesting stuff in these scenes. Is there, like, a camera up there? No, I thought that was maybe, like, a security camera or something, and you were the camera in that world? But no, I think you were just like a disembodied version of Dylan watching these events play out like this is some kind of Ghost of Christmas Past shit. Wow, what an interesting character and some interesting interactions with you. That is neat. This is neat. This is going very, very neat directions. And quite frankly, just has me super excited to see the rest of this and also Control, is it Resonant, the new one? Because I recently watched the State of Play with a friend, and I had to not look while trailers for the new Control was on, because apparently there were hyper spoilers in there, so I couldn't watch it. So that was a whole thing, but I'm definitely interested in seeing like what happens and where things go with this, and also how the Alan Wake games and everything connect as well. It's just very interesting what Remedy's doing here, creating kind of like, you know, like all of their games are connected and share a same world, which, you know, plenty of other games do that. I mean, the one I can think of immediately is like The Messenger and like Sea of Stars, how they kind of take place in the same world, just at different time periods or multiverses themselves, although I think it's mostly time in Sea of Stars. But just the idea that, like, all of these things are happening in tandem, and it's not just like, oh, they take place in the same world, it's like, oh, it takes place in, like, the same, I don't know what you would call it, like, universe, multiverse universe, and, like, all of these games are just different versions of events that could happen on this particular timeline, and they're all just different iterations, and then you add some of them, the games not even being a different timeline, just being a timeline that Alan himself seemingly created, and, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to talk about many of these things, but it is interesting to see them happen and stuff, for sure. And think up my own scuffed conclusions to things. But yeah, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm very interested in seeing where everything goes. Oh yeah, I forgot this is cool. I have this cool gun. How do I get in here, actually? To this place that I specifically need to go. Hi. Oh yeah, can't do that. Oh, there's a... I did see a tooltip when I was loading the game up that said if you seize a Hiss cluster, it will, heal you and your allies instead, which is pretty cool. Is that dead? I think I killed it. Yeah, I killed it. Mine now. Up. I whiffed both of those. Thank you. Whoop. You're mine. Think I kinda hit you there. Right to the back of the head. Alright. Whoop. I probably should have aimed. I mean, I have direct... Like, I definitely have reason to aim because my damage just increases while aiming, so I should always be aiming. I should never hip fire it, even though it looks kind of cool. Hey. Whoop. Give me. You're mine now. Thank you. Is that it? Are we good? Whew. I think we're good. Jeez. Quite a little battle we just had. A bunch of stuff for me to pick up as well. Yeah, so this was like that main room I was in before. Oh my god, there's that weird... I'm assuming that's a graphical issue. It seems to be just limited to right here. And it seems like a persistent error. I don't know. That's weird. Command room? This is just where all this happens. The Prime Candidate program, it said, was... There it is. Okay. I saw it up here, but yeah. Oh. That was interesting. Just that one enemy. God, look at the crazy shot I just hit the wall with. That looks cool. Is that something over there? Self-reflection. What? Locate the mirror? Mirror supplement. Victorian mirror. She was admitted to a mental ward for emotional instability soon after relocating to Illinois with her family in 1914. The item only appears on record again in 2006 when the Bureau investigated a sudden rise in disappearances in Illinois. Agents found the item hanging in the local library. They contained it quickly, though the missing people of the town were never recovered. Certified that the case of Miss Something has shown her to be a lunatic under the reasons of hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble? Her fixation with the family looking glass is noteworthy, though not an uncommon matter when considering the female disposition. Miss Carver is a fit subject for the lunatic asylum and will remain in its confines until her affliction has passed. I mean, this adds up to... with... The item only appears in record against supplementary materials. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the first one is written from a more modern understanding of these things, and that's why the language is so, like, abrasive and pretty fucked in regards to women and mental health in general. Because, yeah, that one's dated August 18th, 1915. But yeah, just talking about it. Of course they would be obsessed with Mirror. It's Woban! Is, yeah, that's accurate for the time period. Okay. Prime Candidate Program. Transit Corridor, Security, Panopticon. That's where we're coming out later. The map in this game still confuses the absolute hell out of me.
Candidates. The Bureau needs a director. Our future. P6 and P7.
And P7? Am I P7? Is Alan P7? I don't remember which one Alan might have been. Okay, hit me with it. So many cutscenes this episode.
After North Moore stepped down, I doubled every effort to find new prime candidates. There was no one. No one but me. That wasn't good enough. I pushed hard. I never wanted the Bureau to end up in that situation again. The Bureau needs a director. Always. When my time reaches an end, I want more options on the table. P1 through P5 were all false leads, dead ends, and disappointments. Then P6, Dylan Faden. He fell into our arms. No parents, they're gone, casualties of an AWE. The boy has exceptional talent. The oldest house will be his home. We'll build him from the ground up. He'll be trained and taken care of. Darling can be in charge of this project. I can't. I'll stay away. I will not fail the boy like I failed my own family. My daughter and my wife. We weren't careful enough back then. Something came home with me. I took work home. My Susanna got sick. When I realized my mistake, I wanted to bring her here for Darling to do what he could. Kate flat out refused. Civilian doctors treated our daughter, but they didn't have a clue. She died. Kate left me. Same old story. That was a long time ago. The Bureau is all I have now. And the prime candidates are our future. There are two, P6 and P7. We're spoiled for choice.
Interesting. So, they didn't know about me before this, right? So you couldn't be referring to me. I have to assume you're referring to Alan. But there was another note about Alan, and I don't remember what that one specifically said about him. I mean, yeah, rough that you brought home your work with you, and it got your family sick, and yeah, you couldn't let any of that get out, and they refused to come here to be treated. That's pretty rough. That's pretty messed up. Is there anything about like Marshall, no smoking, prohibited items, book club? Okay, these are none of these are useful. It's the case files, I think. Altered world events, rubber duck. No, these are just about items. Research and records. America overnight. Astral plane, bureau expenditures, data breach, director trench photograph. There's Dylan's observation, mold, Pope's promotion, another portrait, quarry incident, recording chair, Salvador's ID, television, Black Prism, collective unconscious, home safe test. It's in here somewhere. The other thing about, like, where I've seen Alan Wake's name. I almost wish I could, like, Control F, like, all of my documents. But, yeah. We found it in the Panopticon, I remember. I remember where we found it, but I don't remember which node it was. But, yeah, I'm wondering if Alan was P7. Oh my. Don't want to deal with them. Oh, okay. Well. Oh, that just whiffed. How? I guess because my aim was right there. It's still fucked. Like, that had no business missing. Alright. There we go. Uh-oh. Made it out. God, there's a lot of them. Whoop. Oh my god. Stupid thing. Where are you at? I don't even know where my object is at. There we go. That's all I wanted. That was annoying. That enemy was just sitting there waiting. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. That was scary. Got you. Okay, you're dead. Gun continues to be amazing, although it can be a little bit dangerous when stuff starts to get too close to me. Okay. That went, you know, I wouldn't say well, but it went. Oh my twisty stairs. Just like that, we're in the Forest Temple. There's P7. I mean, like I said, I was kind of an unknown factor to them. They didn't realize I was even a candidate, I don't think. So I think P7 did, like, I think it does need to be Alan. That's what I would assume, at least. But we might find more information about it here, like, right now. Is that a threshold? I think that's a threshold, kids. That is a threshold, kids, I think. The Benikoff TV. No, Bright Falls. Wait a second. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake. Here it is, Wyoming. Resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. There we go. So yeah, this is just straight up... Oh wait, I said Wyoming. Why did I say Wyoming? It's Washington. I saw the W and my brain was just like immediately like, ah yeah, Wyoming. Why I went to that instead of Washington, I'll never know. Yeah, okay, so this is directly linking this. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13th, 2010 by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker that an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls. Referred to events investigated in 1970, 1976, and 1978. Interesting. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan Wake's literary agent. Yeah, I remember Barry. On behalf of Breaker's daughter, Sarah, who is the current sheriff. A bureau... Yeah, see, I remembered the cop. A bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted, referred to 1970, Thomas Zane, Odin Anderson, Tor Anderson. Alan Wake was believed to be the instigator. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, possible object of power. That's something missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search. I remember Alan diving into the lake, yeah. Interesting. Okay. This really brings to mind my, like, questions of what exactly is going on with, like, the timeline and stuff. Now I know why Control was so integral to the story of, like, Alan Wake 2 when people were talking about that. I'm pretty happy that I didn't play Alan Wake 2 when it came out now. Even though it was getting crazy reviews and seemed really good and everything. Interesting. Now, you were listed in dead ends, I think. Closed cases, yeah. So no, P7 is not Alan. Alright, who's ready for more Threshold, kids? Still creepy as hell.
I can see you're upset, Meg.
Who the hell is Mr. Bones?
Tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong.
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains. Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
Okay.
Some brains can lift objects, like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg? No interruptions! So who cares if you fail your clairvoyance test? Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
God.
What if I don't want the big chair?
What if I don't want the big chair? Everyone wants the big chair, Meg! That's why we're all here. Use those brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the one with straps.
Ugh. I hate this. I hate this. Oh my god. They initially proposed this as just a way to educate kids that were here or were affected by these events about thresholds and AWEs and stuff, and now it's like, yeah, we're grooming all of you to work here because basically you know about how this place works, so we kind of have to. Oh god. Really awful. Really hated that. And the idea that, like, yeah, you're getting, it's like kind of like the civil service exam. It's like you're getting whatever job you're most fit for, and it's like, what if some people don't want that job? And it's like, well, tough shit. You're getting that job whether you like it or not, and it's, oof, that's awful. Getting a job that you technically are talented at.
Differently and ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
Like, getting a job that you are talented at but you hate doing would be the worst. Pause. So this is P6. So this is Dylan's room. Hey, darling.
Ordinary. There's so much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6, and the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but
Okay.
so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here, and I don't want to invoke his name. It's completely different circumstances here. There was an incident. Yes. We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Roberts got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Woof. So Dylan understandably lashed out, especially as a child that is confused why they're here and being put through these things, and is effectively being kind of tortured by them. And you can't really explain any of these things or why this is happening to a child, so it makes sense that a child with abilities would lash out and get you killed, or get someone killed. And it makes sense why Marshall and them are like, we should just abandon this. This is pointless, but Darling and Trench both are like, we need a candidate and this is the only one, so we're having to put up with whatever he throws at us. Not the only one, but they hadn't found Jesse, so... Wow, okay. And then, yeah, the thing in there about Alan, it seemed to be insinuating, and I think I saw this before, that they thought Alan was a prime candidate and then dropped that idea, and that specific note in there referred to, it seemed like Alan was able to do that because of a AWE that was nearby. It wasn't tied to Alan himself, possibly, because like I said, they seem to drop him as a potential prime candidate after they did more research into the event, because I think the first note that I saw said, like, oh, he's not actually a prime candidate, and then that said it was due to an item that was there that was doing that, not Alan himself. But maybe I'm misremembering, and maybe that's wrong, because Alan is clearly important for a few reasons. It couldn't just be that, oh, he was an unfortunate person that was at the wrong place at the wrong time when an event went off. There's clearly some other shit going on with him. Victim autopsy. Blunt force injuries on the head and neck. Agent killed during, involving, codename. Extensive trauma of the abdominal region. Lacerations and contusions on the upper and lower torso. Fracture of the spinal cord between the L1 and L2 vertebrae. Avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs, left and right. Blunt force injury of the extremities. Abrasions, lacerations, and contusions on the extremities. Dislocation of left and right elbow, dislocation of left and right knee. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when the victim was contorted through his... Ooh. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. That's pretty horrible. God, it is interesting how much of this game lines up, especially with the Threshold Kids stuff, with, like, Psychonauts. The idea that you have kids with psychic abilities and you're trying to teach them, like, how to use them and stuff, except this is, like, a little bit more dystopian than Psychonauts. Like, they're the same kind of premise. You're finding kids with psychic powers and grooming them to be special agents and stuff, but there's something inherently more sinister about how it's portrayed here, regardless of, why the fact that this game has a realistic art style and Psychonauts has, like, kind of a cutesy one and is more funny. But both of them are still like, oh, we have kids that can just shoot fire with their minds. How in the hell do we deal with that? Transcript of conversation with Dylan. Subject was alone during this outburst. You again. Thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore, and I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. Fuck off, you bitch. I will dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. Subject repeated the phrase fuck off numerous times before being sedated. Okay, so that's Dylan talking to Polaris. Because, yeah, it says subject was alone during this outburst. Polaris was showing you pictures of me, and yeah, Dylan is very bitter at both of us. Okay. Well, that was an interesting room. How about P7 now? I need another, control point, honestly.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see?
It's me.
We need to find that projector.
It's me. They compiled all kinds of stuff about me. Last scene. Coffee, soap. Review, classified, there's me. God, wow, I was really being stalked. Is that me sleeping on a bench? I think that was me sleeping on a bench. Candidate P7 outfits? Oh, it's just a... Yeah, it's probably the same stuff that Dylan's wearing. There's my coffee soap picture. There's me doing something. There's somebody trying to rob me. Me petting a dog. Interesting, interesting.
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
That is so creepy. Like, the idea that you're going through your entire life feeling like, one, that there's another world that's there and you have this weird thing in your head and you're like, there's something there but I can't see it. But then also the feeling that you're being watched and then it turns out to be true is, ugh. Hate that. It's fade and movement tracking. Yeah, so they've been following me forever. Yup. Okay, there's Wyoming. Arrives in Sydney, departs Sydney. Des Moines. I actually have no idea how you pronounce that. Chicago, South Bend, Cleveland, Bloomsburg, and New York. Yeah, we made it. And yeah, that's where we made it to New York. Okay, because this is where we are now. We've caught up. So yeah, they've been tracking me the whole damn time.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
No. That's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing.
The slide projector, let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
Ugh. The idea that a federal agency could just have access to your private medical transcripts of talking to therapists and stuff, God, that's terrifying and horrifying, and I hate absolutely everything about that. Also, though, as far as my experience goes, psychiatrists usually aren't the ones actually talking to you and, you know, stuff as much. They mostly just handle your medication. Like, I guess they do like an initial diagnosis, but it's usually an actual therapist that helps with the therapy. A psychiatrist is just tries to figure out what's going on and finds medication for it, which maybe that's what you're trying to do there, but definitely less talking when the psychiatry is happening, I feel. Remote thoughts. But God, that is horrifying. Like, jeez, Jesse has had a shit life. Just being, like, chased like this and everything. Stalked. Just awful. Give me all this. And just, like, constantly being told you're just, like, you're hallucinating it, or I'm sure she was told she was crazy in some instances. Like, absolutely fucked. Just being gaslit constantly about these things. Did want to make sure to come over here and check all this too, but I still need that control point, by the way. I thought that was a Super Nintendo, but nope, that is just a Like a typewriter. Or would it be like a... I guess it has to be. It doesn't look like a typewriter. It's not like a fax machine. Admittedly, have not seen very many fax machines in my life. I know, wild, crazy. Haven't seen that many of them, though. I've only used them a very small amount. And God, it's been ages since I saw one. Sorry to all of the people with plenty of experience with fax machines out there. Yup, this isn't making my eyes hurt. Not at all. Okay, it doesn't really seem like there was much in here, though. So, wavy stairs, don't really need to mess with. I did go in here, right? I did. I think I recall going in, yeah. I just wanted to be sure. Brain is doing its stupid brain stuff. Don't mind me. Okay, so I guess I'll continue down this way just to see what else there is. What's this? Oh, a note under... Oh, Bright Falls. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of repressed memory... no? I don't know what that would be. Something memory loss. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Dr. Emil Hartman, referred to the Creator's Dilemma in the file The Cauldron Lake Lodge. I remember, I think that, yeah, there was like a private eye or something, or an FBI agent that was investigating Alan. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of a subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian, yeah. 2011, a book by Clay Stewart titled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. Monitoring station was established at Cauldron Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. Interesting. More stuff about Alan. And yeah, you were put onto the potential prime candidate list, but you weren't actually ever added as a prime candidate. So it seems like Dylan is just like crazy, like fantastic, like it's just super powerful fit. Like abilities are just like not off the charts, but they're as good as this Moore person that they keep referring to, one of the old ones, because Trench is not as good as them. And I'm guessing Dylan is even better than Alan would be as a prime candidate, but it's also like their levels can be one thing, but I'm imagining it also, like, you know, kind of like the Threshold Kids thing told us, it's like it's more how you use and facilitate and exercise your powers rather than just like a sheer, like, you know, numbers. Like we're not comparing Goku and Luffy in a fight and just looking at their raw numbers and seeing who's better.
They studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
Okay, I'm still trying to locate the mirror in Synchronicity. I think my control point's up there, which is fantastic news for me. You're mine. Whoop. You're mine too? Bye. Is that it? Wow, that was it. Jeez, that was a quick one. Work chat. Dead dog. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It's been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. So they just got teeth sent to them, but one of them got a dead dog sent to them? That's horrible. Awful. Hate that. Okay, yeah, it's very red in there, so this is probably where I need to go. The hell was that noise? Gotta remember I can do this too. Prime candidate program. What was if I press the button? It no worky. Oh wait, it do worky. Ah! Well, that was rude. It was very, very unkind, actually. So where will this take me? Down here?
Dylan and I were both prime candidates. Experiments.
Now, what if we're two halves of the same whole, and together we would be even more powerful? I want to continue exploring up there a little bit. I was intending to just have this go up as like one episode, but now it's getting like so long in the tooth that I'm like, maybe I should split it up into two. Just because, yeah, it's becoming quite a long episode here. But we haven't had one for a few days, so maybe I do just keep this length. Gimme. Remote thought. Yeah, I just wanted to check all this stuff down here. Sounds like there's not good stuff in here. No? Okay. We're fine. I think the yellow boxes have better loot. Yep. Personal mod. Shield efficiency. Willow AWE shipping manifest. Willow Avenue. A hollow sphere, stone-like material, vitrified soil, pieces of various sizes and colors, animal carcass, possibly canine, rusted metal bucket, leather wallet, aged shotgun cartridge. All materials to go to the investigation sector. Yep, that's Willow Avenue. They just got a dog carcass from that. Interesting, interesting. So yeah, that's why this. I thought that area up there was progress, but no, it was just this. Oh, still need my checkpoint. But it looked like it's probably down here. That would be my guess. Yeah. That worked well. I think that worked well. You're mine now? Is that it? I think that's it. Yep, and we're about to fix this place. So let's go ahead and do that. Cool, cool, cool. Get cleansed. I fixed it. We're just in the New York City subway now. Would you look at that? Ooh.
Of course we are. It started there, and it's never gone away.
That is Ordinary Avenue. Okay. Could upgrade grip or shatter. I feel like grips. Because I've already upgraded Pierce, right? I'll construct it. Sure. And we'll work on Shatter next, I guess. Alrighty. Whew. That seems like a good spot to stop for now. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.